Picture this. It's 11 p.m. and you're lying in bed, but instead of winding down, you're scrolling through your phone. Your heart starts racing as you see news updates, compare yourself to others on social media, and your mind begins that familiar spiral of worry. Your chest feels tight, your breathing becomes shallow, and suddenly you're wide awake with anxiety coursing through your veins. Sound familiar? What if I told you that this exact habit, something millions of people do every single night without thinking twice, is secretly feeding your anxiety and making it worse every single day? Tonight, I'm going to reveal this hidden anxiety trigger that's been sabotaging your mental health, and more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to break free from it and finally start experiencing the calm, peaceful evenings you deserve. If you're someone who struggles with anxiety and you're tired of feeling trapped in this cycle of worry and restlessness, you found the right place. This channel is dedicated to people just like you, people who are ready to take control of their mental health using natural, accessible methods that actually work. Here, you'll discover practical tips, evidence-based techniques, and real solutions that can help you reduce anxiety, improve your sleep, and reclaim your peace of mind without expensive treatments or complicated procedures. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because I'm here to guide you on this journey toward better mental health, and I want to make sure you don't miss any of the life-changing content that's coming your way. Before we dive in, I want to connect with you. Drop a comment below and let me know where you're watching from. Are you dealing with anxiety right now? What triggers your anxiety the most? I read every single comment, and your questions often inspire future videos that help thousands of people just like you. Don't forget to subscribe if this content resonates with you, and let's build a supportive community together. Now, let's talk about the habit that's been secretly amplifying your anxiety without you even realizing it. This habit is so common, so normalized in our society that most people never question whether it might be harming their mental health. But the research is clear, and the impact on your nervous system is profound. We're talking about late-night screen time, specifically the compulsive checking of phones, social media scrolling, and consuming stimulating content right before bed, or during evening hours when your brain should be preparing for rest and recovery. You might think this sounds harmless. After all, everyone does it, right? But here's what's really happening in your brain and body when you engage in this seemingly innocent habit. When you expose yourself to bright screens, especially blue light, during evening hours, you're disrupting your natural circadian rhythm. Your brain produces melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy, but blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. This creates a cascade of hormonal disruption that directly feeds into anxiety. Your cortisol levels, which should be dropping in the evening, remain elevated. Your nervous system stays in a state of alertness when it should be shifting into rest and digest mode. But the screen time itself is only part of the problem. It's what you're consuming during that screen time that's really wreaking havoc on your anxiety levels. Social media platforms are designed to capture your attention and keep you scrolling, often by showing you content that triggers strong emotional responses. Fear, anger, envy, inadequacy, these are the emotions that keep you engaged, and they're also the emotions that fuel anxiety. When you scroll through social media before bed, you're essentially feeding your brain a steady stream of anxiety-provoking stimuli right when it should be calming down. Without realizing it, you've just loaded your nervous system with multiple stress triggers right before trying to fall asleep. The timing of this habit is crucial to understand. Your evening hours, roughly from 6 p.m. to bedtime, are when your nervous system naturally begins to transition from the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response, to the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. This transition is essential for good sleep, emotional regulation, and overall mental health. When you interrupt this natural process with stimulating screen time, you're essentially forcing your nervous system to stay in a state of arousal when it desperately needs to wind down. Here's where it gets even more insidious. Many people use their phones and screens as a way to distract themselves from anxiety, not realizing that they're actually making it worse. You might feel anxious, so you pick up your phone to escape those uncomfortable feelings. In the short term, the distraction might provide some relief, but in the long term, you're training your brain to avoid dealing with anxiety in healthy ways, and you're exposing yourself to more anxiety triggers in the process. Now, I want you to think honestly about your own habits. How often do you find yourself scrolling through your phone in the evening? Do you notice that your anxiety tends to be worse on nights when you've spent a lot of time on social media? Have you ever gone to bed feeling calm, only to check your phone one last time and suddenly find your mind racing with worries? If any of this sounds familiar, please type "me too" in the comments below. I want you to know that you're not alone in this struggle, and recognizing this pattern is the first step toward breaking free from it. Your comment might be exactly what someone else needs to see to realize they're not crazy for feeling this way. The science behind why this habit is so damaging to your mental health is fascinating and terrifying at the same time. Studies have shown that people who use social media for more than 3 hours a day are significantly more likely to experience symptoms of anxiety and depression. But it's not just about the total time spent. It's about when you're using it and how you're using it. Evening screen time specifically has been linked to increased anxiety symptoms, poorer sleep quality, and higher cortisol levels the following day. When you expose yourself to blue light from screens in the evening, you're not just disrupting your sleep, you're disrupting your entire hormonal system. Melatonin production doesn't just affect sleep, it also plays a crucial role in mood regulation and anxiety management. When your melatonin levels are suppressed, you're more likely to experience anxiety symptoms. Additionally, the constant stimulation from screens keeps your brain in a state of hypervigilance, making it much harder to relax and process the events of the day in a healthy way. But perhaps the most damaging aspect of evening screen time is how it affects your ability to be present with your own thoughts and feelings. Throughout the day, we accumulate stress, worries, and emotions that need to be processed. Quiet evening time traditionally served as your nervous system can't distinguish between real immediate threats and perceived threats from news stories, so it responds with the same fight-or-flight activation regardless. Now, let's talk about breaking free from this habit and reclaiming your evening peace. The first step is awareness, which you've already taken by watching this video and recognizing these patterns in your own life. The next step is creating intentional boundaries around your screen time, especially in the evening hours. This doesn't mean you have to give up technology entirely. It means using it in ways that support your mental health rather than undermining it. One of the most effective strategies is implementing a digital sunset routine. Just as the sun sets and signals to your body that it's time to wind down, you can create your own digital sunset by turning off screens or switching to night mode settings starting around 8 p.m. or 2 hours before your intended bedtime. This gives your brain time to naturally produce melatonin and shift into rest mode. During this digital sunset time, you can engage in activities that actually calm your nervous system, reading a physical book, taking a warm bath, doing gentle stretches, practicing meditation, or having meaningful conversations with loved ones. If you absolutely must use screens in the evening, there are ways to minimize the damage. Use blue light blocking glasses or enable night mode on all your devices. Avoid social media and news consumption entirely during evening hours. Instead, limit screen time to genuinely calming activities like listening to soothing music, watching something light and positive, or using meditation apps. The key is being intentional about what content you're consuming and how it makes you feel. Creating a calming evening environment is crucial for breaking the screen time habit. Make your bedroom a screen-free sanctuary. Charge your phone in another room, or at least keep it out of arm's reach from your bed. Replace the habit of scrolling with healthier bedtime rituals. Keep a journal by your bedside and spend a few minutes writing down 3 things you're grateful for or any worries you want to release from the day. This gives your mind a healthy way to process thoughts and emotions without the stimulation of screens. The physical environment matters too. Dim the lights in your home starting around sunset. Use warm, soft lighting instead of bright overhead lights. Consider using candles or salt lamps to create a naturally calming atmosphere. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. These environmental changes signal to your nervous system that it's time to rest, making it much easier to resist the urge to pick up your phone. For many people, the hardest part of breaking the evening screen time habit is dealing with boredom or uncomfortable emotions that arise when you're not constantly distracted. This is actually a sign that the habit was serving as an avoidance mechanism. Learning to sit with your thoughts and feelings, even when they're uncomfortable, is a crucial skill for managing anxiety long-term. Start small, maybe just 5 or 10 minutes of screen-free time before bed, and gradually increase it as you become more comfortable with quiet reflection time. Replacement habits are essential for success. Instead of just trying to stop scrolling, replace that time with something that actively supports your mental health. This could be reading inspirational or calming books, practicing gratitude, doing gentle yoga or stretching, listening to calming podcasts or audiobooks, or engaging in creative activities like drawing, knitting, or writing. The key is choosing activities that calm your nervous system rather than stimulating it. If you are someone who uses their phone as an alarm clock and that's why it's by your bed, invest in a traditional alarm clock. This eliminates the temptation to check your phone first thing in the morning or last thing at night. Morning phone checking can be just as damaging to anxiety levels as evening use, so creating boundaries around both ends of your day is important for overall mental health. Social accountability can be incredibly helpful in breaking this habit. Share your intention to reduce evening screen time with family members or friends. Ask them to check in on your progress and maybe even join you in creating screen-free evening routines. You could establish phone-free dinner times, family game nights, or evening walks together. Making it a shared experience removes the feeling of missing out and creates positive social connections that naturally reduce anxiety. Be patient and compassionate with yourself as you work to change this habit. Like any addiction, screen time habits can be challenging to break because they trigger dopamine release in your brain. You might experience some withdrawal symptoms like boredom, restlessness, or even increased anxiety initially. This is normal and temporary. Your brain is learning to find satisfaction and calm in quieter activities, and this adjustment takes time. Track your progress by keeping a simple log of your evening screen time and your anxiety levels. You'll likely notice that on nights when you stick to your screen-free routine, your anxiety is lower and your sleep quality is better. This concrete evidence of improvement can be incredibly motivating when you're tempted to fall back into old patterns. Remember that this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. There will be nights when you slip back into old habits, and that's okay. What matters is getting back on track the next evening. Each night is a new opportunity to choose habits that support your mental health and well-being. As you begin to implement these changes, pay attention to how your overall anxiety levels shift. Many people notice improvements in their anxiety within just a few days of reducing evening screen time. Your sleep quality will likely improve, which has a profound impact on your ability to handle stress and anxiety during the day. You might find that you're more present in your relationships, more creative, and more in tune with your own thoughts and feelings. The ripple effects of breaking this one habit can be truly transformative. Better sleep leads to better emotional regulation, which leads to lower anxiety levels, which leads to better decision-making and healthier relationships.
You're not just changing one habit, you're creating a positive cycle that supports your mental health in multiple ways. I want to emphasize that if you're dealing with severe anxiety that interferes with your daily functioning, it's important to seek support from a mental health professional in addition to making these lifestyle changes. These strategies are incredibly effective for managing general anxiety and improving overall mental health, but they're most powerful when combined with appropriate professional support if needed. The most important thing to remember is that you have more control over your anxiety than you might think. By making conscious choices about how you spend your evening hours, what content you consume, and how you prepare your mind and body for rest, you can significantly reduce your anxiety levels and improve your overall quality of life. This one change, breaking the habit of evening screen time, can be the catalyst for a whole new relationship with your mental health. Tonight, I challenge you to try it. Put your phone in another room, dim the lights, and spend your evening doing something that truly calms your nervous system. Notice how you feel. Pay attention to the quality of your sleep and your anxiety levels the next day. I think you'll be amazed by the difference such a simple change can make. If this video has opened your eyes to how evening screen time might be affecting your anxiety, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from this information. Your share could be the wake-up call someone needs to start prioritizing their mental health. Subscribe to this channel for more evidence-based strategies for managing anxiety naturally, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss content that could change your life. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and small changes can lead to profound transformations. You have the power to break free from habits that no longer serve you and create an evening routine that supports the peaceful, calm life you deserve. Sweet dreams, and here's to your mental health journey ahead.